This is the story of a player who played the game with surgical perfection, leaving fans, analysts, and even opponents shaking their heads in disbelief. Every shift, every read, every decision, flawless. Until, one day, everything changed. Before we get to the turning point, let's rewind. The legend began quietly. Drafted without fireworks, he wasn't the biggest, the fastest, or the flashiest. But from his very first season, it was clear, he saw the game differently. His stick positioning was textbook, his gap control immaculate, and his ability to break up plays seemed supernatural. Coaches would pull clips of him during team meetings just to say, "Do this." Please like, share, and subscribe for more NHL content. Night after night, he made the impossible look routine. Opposing forwards dreaded facing him because there were no openings, no weaknesses, no panic. He'd take away passing lanes before they even existed, glide the puck out of danger, and make the smart play every single time. It wasn't just skill, it was mastery. Analysts began calling him the human blueprint for defense. But perfection doesn't come without pressure. With every clean game, every zero-mistake performance, the weight grew heavier. The hockey world waited, almost begged, for the moment he'd finally slip. Reporters hounded him after games asking, "How do you never mess up?" And he'd just smile, shrug, and say, "It's just hockey." But behind that calm exterior, the strain was building. Then came the night. A playoff game. Double overtime. The crowd roaring. One wrong move, one wrong pass, and everything unraveled. For the first time in his career, the perfect defenseman made a brutal turnover, one that led directly to the game-winning goal. The silence in the arena was deafening. He just stood there, staring at the ice, realizing the unthinkable had finally happened. The reaction was instant. Social media exploded, headlines screamed, "He's human after all." Critics who had waited years for this moment pounced. But what happened next shocked everyone even more. Instead of crumbling, he came back stronger. The very next game, he dominated, blocking shots, setting up plays, and shutting down stars like it was nothing. The fans rallied behind him, chanting his name louder than ever. That one mistake, the one that could have broken him, instead made him more relatable, more legendary. He'd finally shown he wasn't a robot. He was a competitor who cared, who made mistakes, and who turned them into fuel. The NHL took notice. Young defensemen across the league started studying his composure, his recovery, his mindset. What he taught them wasn't how to be perfect, it was how to bounce back when perfection breaks. And that's what makes his story unforgettable. Because in a sport built on chaos and pressure, one man reminded the world that greatness isn't about never falling, it's about how you rise after you do. And speaking of rising, our next story dives into another player who defied every odd, the forward who turned a career-ending injury into one of the greatest comebacks in NHL history. Don't miss it.